Okay, so now you're ready for activity 3, and activity 3 is going to be really similar to activity 2. So the similarities between the two are you're going to be using the same setup loop as you did for activity 2. So you'll have your battery, which will be connected to some wires, connected to some bulbs, and then you're going to have that thing where it said that there was something in there. So in activity 2, you put in some sort of conductor or some sort of insulator into that something. In activity 3, we're really just going to be looking at two objects. We're going to be looking at a light bulb and the socket. So everybody should get one of these sheets for activity 3, and it's got the V diagram that we've been looking at and also our focus question. And for this activity, we are focusing on what parts of a socket and bulb are conductors and which are insulators, and what is the conducting path through the light bulb. So those are the questions that you are going to try to answer. On the top of the sheet, you'll notice that there are pictures of both the socket and the light bulb with things labeled for you. That's going to help you to figure out what parts are being talked about in the prediction section and the observation section. So just to be kind of clear, and hopefully this works with our little video here, I've got a socket that I'm going to show you. And that socket looks like this, and I just want to give an idea of what the parts of this socket are. So if we're looking at the socket, these things right here, this and this bit, are the clips. You'll notice that each clip is attached to a plate. So if I say that this is clip A, the plate A would be the plate part, or this metal piece that's attached to this clip. And then there's also a plate B, which is underneath this one, right here. Hopefully you can kind of see that. That is another plate. So you've got two clips. The clips are attached to another piece of metal, and those are the plates. Okay, so that's what we're talking about when we're talking about clips and plates. And then with the light bulb, this is pretty small, so hopefully we can see this a little bit better. So we've got the parts of the light bulb. You have the threaded section, which looks like threads. That should be pretty easy. You've got the black ring, which is here. The tip of the light bulb is the very bottom of it. It's the silver part on the bottom. You've got the glass piece on the top. And then you'll notice inside the light bulb, which is very hard to see on the video, but you can see it on the picture on the sheet, there are two wires that come up. Those are what we're talking about in numbers 11, 12, 13, and 14. Those are the support wires that are being referred to in 11, 12, 13, and 14. So when we're doing those parts, those numbers for the prediction and the observation, you're going to be using a broken light bulb. And right now I've only got two of these, so you guys will have to kind of share them. But you'll notice that we've got a broken light bulb, and the wires here are numbered for you, 1 and 2. And this would be support wire 1. This would be support wire 2. And then this is the threaded portion, and then of course the tip of the light bulb on the bottom, which is the silver part on the bottom. So that's what we're referring to in 11, 12, 13, and 14 in the prediction and the observation chart. So what you guys need to do, first of all, is make some predictions. So take a look at the empty socket and the light bulb that's by itself, that's not in a socket, and think about what happens if we put those things into our loop in that place where there is something. Make those predictions first, and then go ahead and set up your loop and test to see what happens when you start touching your wires to, for instance, clip A and clip B of the socket. And what you're looking for are for the test bulbs, the two bulbs that are in your loop, you're looking for those to light up. If they light up, you know you have a closed loop. So that's what you are doing for activity 3. You should come up with some conclusions. After that, your conclusions are going to be very similar to the consensus. And after you make your consensus, I'll have a little bit part of this video that will give you some new terms to think about for the end of this activity. Okay, but the questions again you're trying to answer are, what are the conducting parts of the socket and the bulb, and then what is the continuous conducting path through the light bulb? So now is a good time to pause the video, do your predictions, test your predictions with actually setting up the circuit. Again, the loop that you're setting up is the same one from activity 2, and the something that is going into the loop are the things that are described on the chart on your table. All right, now would be a great time to pause, and then we'll come back to this and we'll go through the conclusion and the consensus.